Dogs aren't just a man's best friend, they're either an invaluable ally or a terrifying enemy on the battlefield. Proving that the world doesn't deserve something as special as dogs, these canines have participated in wars, saved lives, and no doubt charmed entire camps with their personalities. If you want to check out a dog that was solely bred to be a military dog, make sure to keep watching all the way to number 1. Before we get on with the top 10 military dog breeds, make sure you support us and subscribe to our channel on the bottom right. After that, hit the bell button below and we are good to go. 10. German Shepherd. Where better to start than the quintessential security dog? German Shepherds are essentially high-ranking officers of the canine kingdom. It doesn't come across as a surprise to learn that they have a long history of being all-round good soldiers. Forget about their history originating from herd dogs in Germany, we can also trace back their service to the world to World War I, where they served as sentries, trackers, messengers, and lifesavers in search and rescue missions. What makes a German Shepherd such a good military soldier is what makes it an excellent family and guard dog. Besides that lovable face and soulful eyes, German Shepherds are one of the most intelligent and highly trainable dog breeds of all time. Under pressure, they tend to thrive. You can also add protection detail to their lengthy resumes. Their service isn't exclusive to world wars. In the Korean War, their jobs were to lead injured soldiers to safety from the battlefield, as well as sniff out danger. In the Vietnam War, they were valuable scouts. Now you can still see German Shepherds aiding soldiers, performing halo jumps with special operators and accompanying Navy SEAL teams on their boats. 9. Belgian Malinois. Here is another dog whose presence was a reassuring one on World War's battlefields, the Belgian Malinois. Technically, the Belgian Malinois was supposed to be a herding dog, but their lightning-fast reflexes and speed helped them climb the ranks. Faster than a German Shepherd, the Belgian Malinois can also boast being incredibly adaptable to training. They don't crack under dangerous or high-tension conditions. Throughout history, including both world wars, they've been used for bomb, arms, and ammunition detection, patrol, and search and rescue efforts. What makes a Belgian Malinois stand out further is it's powerfully built, which is more compact than German Shepherds, for example. This makes them more qualified for high-stakes missions where they can be parachuted with their handlers. If there is one dog you want by your side on the battlefield, a Belgian Malinois is one of your best bets. 8. Doberman Pinscher. Meet the devil dog of the Marines, the Doberman Pinscher. This is one of the most capable, qualified, and often terrifying dogs on the battlefield. Their history with the military dates back to the First World War. There is a mile-long list of what makes a Doberman Pinscher qualified as a soldier. Their loyalty, their wicked smarts, their trainability, their protective instincts, and instinctive alertness. Plus, their powerful regal build is enough to make any person on the opposing side hesitate. Doberman Pinschers can handle any task: scouting, patrol, protection, and keeping the soldiers company. Now they earned the unique nickname of the Devil Dogs of the Marine in 1994. In July, about 500 US patrols were in Guam, looking to reclaim the territory back from the Japanese. Working alongside these patrols were the 2nd and 3rd War Dog platoons. They were called Devil Dogs. These Doberman Pinschers would stand guard over the camps. They were messengers. They alerted their Marines to booby traps and landmines, were able to rescue injured Marines, and lastly search through caves to look for Japanese soldiers and military supplies. Before we continue with a rather untraditional war dog, just hit the like button to fully support us. 7. Beagles. Taking a break from traditional athletic-type poochers, such as German Shepherds and Doberman Pinschers, here is another smaller but no less capable military dog breed: Beagles. Beagles don't look like your typical war dogs, and yes, they're not exactly the leaders of protection squads, but Beagles have one thing that those dogs don't. a nose powerful enough to differentiate and remember 50 distinct odours. Their origins alone make them qualified to be war dogs. Beagles were initially bred to hunt in packs, to look for rabbits and large hares. This translated into their sense of smell being peerless. In fact, Beagles alone in the US are responsible for sniffing out more than 180,000 pounds of prohibited items that would have been imported. So yes, a Beagle isn't exactly the picture of intimidation, but they have another secret weapon in their arsenal. These pocket-sized pups can fit in places where it's impossible for larger dogs to approach. As a result, you'll find them on military payrolls as detection and tracking dogs. If you thought this breed had the most powerful sense of smell, then you won't believe what one of the top 3 military dogs can do. 6. Labrador Retriever. One of the few dogs that's a strong contender for having the most powerful sense of smell is the Labrador Retriever. This lovable dog's job description goes beyond being the perfect family dog. Sniffing explosives is pretty high on that list. Labrador Retrievers are excellent military dogs. Once famous for retrieving hunter fowls, hence the Retriever in their name, these doggies are hired as tracking dogs, detection dogs, and used in search and rescue missions. Another thing that makes them supremely valuable to the military is their obedience. You can always depend on a Labrador to save you, smell out danger, and act with an even temper. And hey, even if they weren't so talented, they would be hired just to be stress controllers for soldiers. 5. Rottweiler. You don't want to be an intruder breaking into a property guarded by a Rottweiler. Never mind find it on the enemy side of the battlefield. This powerful, confident and loyal dog is a remarkable military dog, its talents unparalleled. It's no wonder they're often depicted as Hellhound or Cerberus, the multi-headed dog guarding the gates of hell. It goes without saying that Rottweilers have your back. In both World War I and World War II, Rottweilers served as messenger dogs. Keep in mind that this was during an era where communication for the military wasn't the easiest task. It was up to this robust breed to make their way through often challenging and dangerous terrain to deliver valuable information. Compared to their tasks back in ancient times, this was an upgrade. Rottweilers descend from an ancient Mastiff-type dog, the Molossus. They originated in Germany, where they were used to drive cattle to market. Butchers would use them to pull carts. Cattlemen would tie their money-filled purses around a Rottweiler's leash to keep them safe. 4. Boxer. Name one thing a boxer dog can't do. They possess a natural strength, a disposition like no other, agility, and instinctive wariness and alertness that makes them invaluable to the military, and lastly, an iconic appearance that strikes fear into whoever is unlucky to face the fury of its underbite. Armies during World War II raced to employ this breed. A versatile dog through and through, boxer dogs could work as messenger dogs, patrol dogs, and scouts. When you look at their history, you won't be surprised to see how innately powerful they are today. Boxers were originally bred for dangerous and grueling tasks such as bull baiting and hunting. Their history can be traced back to the now extinct Bull and Bisa dog breed, a dog of Mastiff descent who was bred with bulldogs from Great Britain. With a parent like the Bull and Bisa, who is famous for working as a hunting dog for centuries, hunting bears, wild boar and deer and holding them until hunters find them, to say the boxer breed is remarkably qualified is an understatement. 3. Bloodhound. A bloodhound once tracked down a man 2 towns away and across 7 miles. That's just a glimpse at how capable a bloodhound's world-famous sense of smell and tracking abilities are. Bloodhounds don't blink at sniffing out enemies from hideouts, alerting soldiers to dangers, and of course detect narcotics and weapons stockpiles. Bloodhounds have the unique ability of being able to follow scent trails up to 130 pounds away. Their use in the military dates back to their origins, which potentially in countries like Belgium and France. In the 13th century, the King of France was gifted several hounds as a gift. Now these energetic and determined dogs are known to not rest until they find the end of the trail, assisting military and law enforcement. 2. Yorkshire Terrier. What if we told you that one Yorkshire Terrier by the name of Smokey was responsible for saving the lives of over 250 men and 40 planes in one day in World War II? Smokey lived through countless air raids, typhoons, and 12 combat missions. And she was only 4 pounds heavy, 7 inches tall, and with a head so tiny it was smaller than a baseball. Smokey is just the first of handbag-sized Yorkshire Terriers who worked as military dogs. They're not the traditional military dogs, but you can always count on them. If it's not to cheer up an entire room of soldiers, it will be for slipping through pipes and tunnels no one else could. Take Smokey again, for example. She was unique in not just her award-winning missions, but she was even easy to carry around. She reportedly ran on coral for 4 straight months without developing any of the poor ailments that usually plague war dogs. 1. Black Russian Terrier. The Black Russian Terrier has a special spot on the list. It's the only military dog breed that was originally bred for the military. That's right, they were created in the USSR and bred for working ability rather than for appearance. Up until 1957, they were the only breed by the state-owned Red Star Kennel in Moscow. After that, they began being sold to civilian breeders. Throughout the decades, they retained a peerless work ethic. A Black Russian Terrier needs a job and a purpose in order to remain happy. Alongside numerous war dogs, the Black Russian Terrier fit right in with them, patrolling and guarding with the best of them. They acted as sentry dogs, search and rescue dogs, and detection dogs. That was all for today, guys. Let us know in the comments which of these dogs are your favourites. Which dog impressed you the most? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating videos for you. Till the next one.